So welcome back to the dumbest bill in America. We have House Bill 325, which is titled English as a Second Language. You heard that correctly. It's House Bill 325 from Delegate Wims, and we have, of course, Delegate Brian Chisholm. Welcome back, Brian.
¿Cómo se llama? Me llamo Felipe.
So, folks, House Bill 325, English as a Second Language, allows you to take the high school equivalency exam, you know, when you want to graduate from high school, Brian, in either English or Spanish. It's up to you. What could go wrong, Brian?
I think the biggest problem I see in this is in the Spanish language, everything is masculine or feminine, and they're going to have a lot of problems now that we're putting all these different pronouns in. They're going to be very confused. I think the test is going to be very difficult.
That's true. When you have masculine words and English words in both French and Italian and, of course, Spanish, because they're Romance languages, that's why you have masculine and feminine. You can't use pronouns anymore. It's too confusing. So then basically you have, I said this to Chris earlier, by the way, Christopher Hopkins, our podcast producer, who's behind the camera. I said to him, I said, you know, Chris, what about when you have a pilot, right? And the guy who took the English equivalency exam and the guy who took the Spanish equivalency exam, Brian, they can't talk to each other in the cockpit when they're flying, right? It's like, well, there's one thing that could go wrong right there.
Yeah, well, it's going to cause a problem for the landing and the takeoff. I think when they're in the air, they'll be fine. I mean, it should be all right.
So House Bill 325 from Delegate Wims in the great state of Maryland. Of course, it has to be Maryland again with the dumbest bill in America again, but we have others coming up from California as well. Don't worry. Means basically you have a society that doesn't communicate with each other. So English is really a second language now. Right.
And once again, it's dumbing down of the youth and making education easier and easier. But are we really preparing these people to come out to society and thrive? Because this is the way the Democrats look at them. Let's be honest, Mark. They look at them and they say, they're just the gardener. They're just the landscaper. They're doing the work that I don't want to do, that they always claim that nobody else wants to do.
Democrats always do say that. Yeah.
Right. They look down upon a lot of these people and are like, well, why would they ever need to speak English? They are doing a disservice to these people by saying, don't worry about English. It's only America. It's only our chosen language. Speak your own language and go pick my weeds.
Yeah. But we know that many of these individuals go to college.
Right.
I mean, and they go to college, and then how can they function in college if they just took the exam in Spanish in high school? And they do. I mean, it's a fact. We know this. But why not, if it's going to be Spanish that you get to choose when you take a high school equivalency exam, what about Italian? What about Russian? What about Chinese? What about Mandarin? What about Mandarin? What about, I don't know, Farsi? I mean, you name the language. Why can't we just have a society where no one can talk to each other?
Yeah, exactly. What could go wrong there? We just all stay in little tribes now. Everybody.
Exactly. It's Rwanda, basically. You have a tribal society. No one wants to live next to each other. Everybody lives in little conclaves. No one can communicate. I mean, and English is the one thing that brings us all together, as well as Western culture, naturally, right?
And not to mention, it creates a very dangerous situation for these people that can't speak English, because a lot of our emergency alerts, they're coming out in English. Now, obviously, they try to do it. Yeah. But number one, we are going to give an alert, and sometimes you got to get that alert fast in English. And there's other things that you can get yourself into a lot of trouble if you can't speak our language, at least the basic part of it. And we're saying, no, forget about that. We'll just move you along. We just want you back out in the garden for us, or on our lawnmower.
And I just want to say this. My mother-in-law moved to the United States from Switzerland. She was in the French part of Switzerland. And when she came to the United States, she made it a point to learn English. You know what she did? She watched soap operas. Yeah. That's how she learned English. I mean, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, my grandmother came from Germany as well, and after World War II, and she said the same thing. She learned a lot of stuff on TV. She watched a lot of I Love Lucy and learned a lot. And so, you know.
But now, of course, House Bill 325 with Delegate Wims, you don't have to learn any of these things. You don't have to learn anything about our culture. You don't have to assimilate. You don't even have to try. It's just basically tribal. So, Brian, final thoughts on this.
And it's just the dumbing down of America again. And once again, our dollar system is still in English. So we're telling them, just take this and and recognize what the numbers are. I mean, it's absurd that we're trying to pass more of this, just dumbing down to the youth in Maryland.
And that's the dumbest bill in America, House Bill 325 from Delegate Wims in the state of Maryland, which is English as a second language. We'll see you next time.